Is it? Somebody stole my house. That's my ex-wife that came back. I guess, hey, you get out of here.
Damn, we live. Live.
I never took her key away, so you never know. You're not a fan. You don't remember what part of Texas you was in. I'm not a fan of Texas, but I don't know where I was at. It was that bad. Houston, Beaumont, right? You visiting family?
No, I was there for about 6 months.
Okay, you mean 6 months? You know you was there for 6 months.
Yeah.
Corpus Christi.
No, I think it might have been Christmas.
Were you by the beach area or something?
No, that was the thing.
Okay.
The whole time I was there, like I was with my friends, so like I was seeing water.
Oh, so
I feel like it's been a week.
yeah, Texas is terrible.
It was so dry.
So dry. Right.
And then I went from there to Mexico.
Okay.
That was really
Maybe it was in El Paso. Or were you?
I
Oh,
was in Monterrey, Mexico. I remember that.
okay, you're in Monterey. Then, did you go through California?
No.
So you drove all the way across Mexico. Then you go there. When you fly.
No,
Wow. By yourself?
no.
Let's say all kind of bandits and shit out there. Kidnapping and cartels.
It's somewhere like East Central.
You probably drew across from Laredo or something. Laredo, Brownsville. Yeah. Me, I want to be driving
Yeah.
across no damn Mexico.
Karibuni sana family. Keith is giving us stories with his Uber driver there. But karibuni sana to another beautiful episode of the Africa Today Show. Hope you guys are doing amazing. I hope your week has been superb. I hope your month has been amazing as we come to the end of it. Personally, it has been great. I can't complain. But for you, I hope it has been also amazing and to you. As we get to approach the end of this amazing one, the fourth month of the year 2023, in case there's anything you feel like we need to change as the Black Hot Fire Network, kindly, it will be a much how should I say it? That's the term. I'm trying to remove the term very well, In case there's anything you feel like you need to change, kindly send your email to kcnewsam, that is the kcnewsam15@gmail.com, and let us know what changes would you love to see on any shows or other on anything. We'd love to know from you. But karibuni sana, my name is Joby. For the first time viewers, those who are on Facebook and for those who are on YouTube, in case you're new, kindly consider subscribing. We got nothing but just pure greatness and vibes. And of course, for the main members of the Black Hot Fire Network, karibuni sana. It is 19 minutes past 8 p.m. And you can let me know how your day is coming along for you. In case you are at work, in case you are at home, in case you are on a bed rest, whatever you're doing, I'd love to know, how are you catching up, or rather, how are you holding up? That is from me. But yes, today we shall be having a movie night on the network, John Wick 4. Finally, we get the chance to watch this one. I loved the John Wick 3. It was dope, The last action movies I watched was Chuck Norris, Van Damme, those ones, and Jackie Chan. That is when I was young. I think I've given the story when I got so much into action movies. But growing up, again, I think I lost the sense of it, because I didn't used to see them literally, like I didn't find literally good quite movies. I think I didn't get quite good movies. I can say the quality has also been destroyed or everything. Also the actions, they look so fake. You cannot tell. You can tell, like, literally way back you could not tell if it is real. Right now I feel like you can tell the fakeness. You could tell the fakeness, like you can tell this is fake, this is not. It doesn't give you the fiction of imagining it's real. That's all I'm trying to say. But karibuni sana, and of course let me know how you are doing. I think Keith is gonna be silent till he goes home, he approaches home. But yeah, we can start with from some few updates on what is going on in Africa before we wait for the rest of the family to get here as we switch over to the network. So this is a story coming from Congo, and earlier today, if you are tuned in on my show, I was discussing about the Arctic. I also did not articraft, the artifacts. Yeah, the artifacts that was stolen in Africa. We've seen that one of them has been returned in Namibia. Of course, Namibia is one of the countries that have been begging the European nations to return the looted artifacts. And personally, according to what I learned today, as I was, giving up my show, I learned that most of these artifacts, these people have stolen it. And the actual truth of the fact is that, yes, they do not understand what was the sense behind each and every one of them. Because if you speak of something like stones have they were used for healing. We had even leaves. We had leaves. It's not an artifact though, but we had so many things traditionally, including those artifacts that were used in so many things musically, in so many things traditionally. But you find that they were stolen, and they were not stolen in an easy way, because right now the media is covering by saying that these people came as missionaries. And my question is, missionaries, if you claim that missionaries came to help Africans, how is it that they end up stealing? You came to help. So how do you steal from someone who is literally in need of help? Like, this means you're the one who is literally in need, because you are stealing. You're the thief right here. That is what I got from the article of today. Let me get to actually just recap on it as I get to connect on what is going on in Congo, because I was saying earlier we need to build a modern museum, and this is going to happen once we drop the borders. We need to come up together, break the borders, and by breaking the borders, this is going to make it easier for African people to even travel amongst other countries right now, like amongst now within our own continent, without being charged anything. It's free, and you can be able to come and explore this kind of history once we have one type of museum that has been built for Africans just alone, and the Africans who are able to explain it. But yes, let me get to recap on what is going on. What was happening this was Finland that did get to actually return the stolen stones. Let's see if I can find it. I can't really find the article. But yes, Finland did return some stolen stones. They're saying they were powerful stones, and they were returned to Namibia. This particular that was yesterday actually, and they say that these people came in form of missionaries. Again, like I'm saying, they came in form of missionaries, but they did go into kingdoms. Right now, if you look at the history we're studying as African people, we're not even told about kingdoms. And the fact is, we didn't have the political rules like we have right now. Like I was saying earlier, we used to have kingdoms, we used to have queens, we used to have warriors who are women, we used to have rulers who are African people, and they were ruling like, in a very beautiful way, in a historical way. I can't really explain. But if you look at some documentaries,
they were just rulers.
Yeah, if you look at some documentaries, it's just beautiful to see that we had this kind of things. And in the kingdoms, this is where you could also actually find some of these artifacts, like I was saying, like there's this, I don't know how you guys call it, but it is used to dust off dust. It comes from a tail of a horse. It's created from a tail of a horse. I don't know how you guys call it.
A duster.
A duster?
Yeah.
A duster?
Yeah.
No.
That's
That's
what we call
something that.
But that's what we call it, Joby, a duster. Something to dust the tails and feathers,
Okay.
a duster.
All right.
But It wipes off dust. So it's a duster.
Mm, okay.
Nothing,
That's yeah, it's
nothing,
something which looks
nothing,
super
nothing,
ugly.
nothing harder than that. Just a duster. Nothing hard.
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah, yeah. So I'm saying that if you look at most of these kingdoms, they contain these artifacts, and this is why you see that in the name of that, the Europeans, the Germany, the Britain, they came here in terms of like the missionaries. They didn't
Yeah,
come as missionaries. They killed people brutally,
yeah,
brutalized people.
of course, that was the line. That's why it's still in your books that they came as missionaries. Missionaries come as colonizers. I don't need your religion. You don't need to teach me to worship you. It's colonization.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. But just to get along with that story, what I'm connecting, because personally, there's a video I was sharing earlier, and most of these people are saying there's this woman who said that you need to create one modern museum. And personally, I feel because if you look at most of the documentaries, the people are giving the story on these mainstream medias. For them, they're not speaking of how Africans should unite, and we should actually come together and understand first, understand, because you also have the generation that is actually claiming even those things that were stolen. They don't even understand history. Most of us, we're just greedy because yeah, that there's wealth behind this, there's wealth behind this and this and this, and you're gonna be compensated this type of amount because of the pain you went through. No, I feel like that is the wrong way, and
Of
these
course,
people
they
are begging you not
don't
to do.
understand the value of it. How about the Europeans say don't want to get back because they know they derange the African society. They say you're too
Mhm.
childish now to get your own stuff back because you'll destroy it anyway. So you're too
True.
childish and you're too impoverished. You'll try to sell the stuff and then be all over the place. Won't be kept as artifacts anymore. So
Hmm.
that's what
Too
they
much tribalism.
that's
Too
when
much
they argue.
tribalism. Hmm. Too much tribalism. Too much division. Because if you look at most of the people, like I was saying earlier, they are going individually, saying that I'm going to take care of this matter because my grandparents are also part of those who created this. So you're going to look for what your grandparents created, but you're not literally willing to look at why they created it, what's the history behind it, and what's the importance of you taking it back. Are you going to take it? Are you going to take care of it, or are you just taking it? Are you
Probably
going to
not.
literally
That what they
exactly
said?
that's
You're making a
we missed
European's
that
argument.
point.
They said they know you're too deranged to take care of the stuff now. That's why they don't want to give it back. They know they destroyed African people as a cohesive society. You know what the things mean. You mean you think they're all demonic and satanic, but they're not. So you might get them back and destroy them. Oh, it's witchcraft. You might. So they don't want. They know that things are valuable and they mean something. That's why they don't want to give them
It's
back.
insane. It's insane. But shout out to Prince Wemba. We had Prince Wemba here. If you guys can remember that Congolese guy we interviewed here, is one of the legend sons, one of the legendary singers from Congo. Son, and it goes by the name Papa Wemba. I don't know how many of you know the music from Papa Wemba, but he's late. The late Papa Wemba actually, there's a time we had a
Mm-hmm.
debate, I think it was last year, but one in 2022. They were supposed to make they were supposed to actually make his house become a museum. And which
Mm-hmm.
actually has happened. They have made his house a museum. And they're saying that 7 years after the death of Papa Wemba, a Congolese government has finally acted on its promise. And on Friday, the Arts and Heritage Minister officially handed over the late superstar's King, Kinsasha's home to the Institute of National Museum of Congo. And I'm like, one, draw line. Just draw the line. Most of this museum, even what we have in Africa, we're not the ones even controlling it. We're not the ones, because it is so hard. You've seen even us going to these Nairobi museums. You have to pay you have to pay. It is like, why do you have to pay to go see something that I'm learning history from? It's supposed to be free, but you have to be bribing left, right, and center. Oh, this is for you to see the
Because
giraffe.
you know why? Because those guys, remember, the service people are not getting paid by the government. So they're not getting paid, so there's going to be corruption in their bribing because they are public officials and they're not getting paid by the government.
Mhm.
That's why.
It's crazy. You told that for you to allow for the giraffe to open its mouth, you need to pay $1. for you to touch a giraffe, you're gonna be told all the types of shenanigans. It is just super, super insane.
That bribery is crazy.
These types of rules that have been really set up here. But they're saying that one, I just disagree with this because one, I know we're not the ones controlling them. But they're saying that a recording studio will also be installed there, and the ministry gave this information. And I refer this back to Tanzania. When we went to Tanzania, one of the interviews we had with local people, they told us that Magufuli did create actually a studio. He did fund a studio that was supposed to be literally promoting young artists to go and record and produce their music, to just uplift themselves, to start from somewhere. But most of these local people told us they have not set a foot on that studio. They just hear of it. They have never seen it, but they are sure it is there. But they have not been given the chance to set a foot on it.
Wow.
Why? Because I think once Magufuli was actually
that was it.
Exactly, there are people who took over, and there are cartels who actually understand how, being a cartel, what it is, and they want people to pay for you, and it is a free studio. So even with this Congolese shit, I know it's not going to work. It is all nonsense. They just want to take money from people. It's a museum. We're supposed to be living the legend of the music of this guy. If it's his house, it's supposed to be. They're gonna start charging because we know how these things run. And with all the situations in Congo, knowing the world, even in music, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. But that is all I'll say for now. I wish them the best. I wish we can get the son once again to ask him some few questions about how he feels. Actually, I think I'm gonna ask him to come for an interview to tell us how he feels about this. Because he said he has lived in Kenya for so long.
You should reach out to that Nigerian lady.
Which one?
The one that does all the videos. That lady that's always, is always talking. The videos you always share with. I see on TikTok.
Anita.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we can try get her too. We can try also get her and have an amazing conversation. But anyway, family, gonna give
you guys remind me of each other. So I think it'd be a good conversation, a recurring guest. I think she'd be a good guest. You got to change Africa, but you gotta start reaching out to people you guys see on TikTok and on YouTube. Start reaching out to them. You like do interviews with them. So that's the youth. You gotta change the youth's mind. The youth got to talk to the youth.
All right, copy that. Thank you for bringing the idea. Thank you for bringing the idea. But family, we shall be switching over to the network as we get to start with the movie before the time.
I don't think there's nobody in here yet. I don't see nobody.
We have 17 people. I don't know where everyone is.
Unless they're already on the network already. Yeah, put the link on the put the link in there for them. Because I was doing, family, you never listen, I was torn because that lady who killed Emmett Till died. So I don't know if we were going to look at the Emmett Till movie. I didn't want Joey to be crying or nothing to be sad. Or I was going to look at, also we know Harry Belafonte died. I was thinking about playing Carmen Jones. Who's all seen Carmen Jones? You guys know who's seen Carmen Jones? As a kid, I don't like musicals, but I love that story with Dorothy Dandridge fine butt in it. She was such a great actress because she was nothing like the role she played in Carmen Jones, being vicious and hey, like Bear, being vicious. Yeah, you love it too. Yeah, I love Carmen Jones because Dorothy Dandridge was nothing like that in real life. She was sweet. Imagine like a Joby being sweet and after playing an evil, wicked woman. Just be going like a man eater. Told you, boy, I'm done with you. You ain't no good. You ain't no good as a woman. I told you when I'm done with you, boy. So I love her acting because in real life she was totally the opposite. Sweet. She would let men take advantage of her. She was real sweet and loving and caring. And in the movie, she was just destroying Harry Belafonte right for his girlfriend. And so I love that movie. I love. Let me know if you guys have seen Carmen Jones. We gotta do Carmen Jones maybe next week because it's Harry Belafonte dying. And then the Emmett Till movie, The White Woman Died. That movie came out last year. How they written? He came down Chicago to Mississippi. First of all, I'm not, no, nothing wrong with Mississippi, but back then I wouldn't have my son from Chicago go visit no cousins down no Mississippi. Especially at 14. He doesn't know the politics that how racist Mississippi was. Anybody can say anything about him that got him murdered, they gashed out his eyeballs, slit his throat, threw him in the water, and those white people were never prosecuted. I mean, they prosecuted, they were never brought to justice. Now, white lady just died who told that lie on that boy. She just died this week or 2 days ago. She just died. And of course, white power protected her. White government from Mississippi, the federal government protected her old ass. Because remember, a few years ago, she came out and admitted, as black people, we already knew the truth, but she admitted that he never whistled that whole story. He whistled at her. He's a 14-year-old child. He didn't whistle at no white woman. But that was the story. While they took him out and beat him to death, took out his eyeballs and threw him in a goddamn lake. A 14-year-old child. This the bestiality, the savagery of these people. So I wasn't gonna have us look at Till, but I thought that might be too sad on a Friday. I think that might be too sad to watch Till, because that wicked old white bitch died this week, who the government never did nothing about, who murdered an innocent 14-year-old child, and there are no limits of murder. There are no limits on murder. And she murdered that boy. They murdered that boy, told a lie. There's no way I would let my 14-year-old son go down no goddamn Mississippi without me. Sadly, I mean, I love his mother, but as a woman, you ain't what? Let my son go down no damn Mississippi without me? You crazy? The racist ass Mississippi back in the 50s. So, I'll say Carmen Jones, and one day we'll do a double header. We'll go early, do two movies in one day. Go early. I'll do Carmen Jones and Till the other day. But I guess I did love Carmen. I don't like when people talking and break out into singing and shit. I don't like music. I don't like when people start talking, they break out and sing. I'm like, oh man, what is this? I don't like musicals. I don't like musicals. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like when people talking. Me and Joey start talking. Joey says, "It's a day, a great day, a good day." I'm like, "Oh man, what the hell's going on?" I don't like. but Carmen Jones, I did like that black musical. I did like Dorothy Dandridge playing, and she was so vicious and ruthless in that shit. I told you I'm done with you, Joe. You're not gonna leave me. I'm not gonna let you. You're a no good woman. That's right, boy. I told you when I'm done with a man, I'm done with you. Be gone. Be on your way. I'm done with you, boy. He couldn't get over her and he killed her at the end. That's your life. Keep the music or what? Well, you be singing, you be breaking the song and shit when you're talking to people. Right there, that's what you saying. You be talking to people, just start singing and shit. That's why I don't like musicals, man. They be talking, they start singing. I'm like, oh man, what? They got a whole production number. I bet you rough to be around like very well like this. We start talking, you start singing and shit. Hey, come on with the singing. Come on with the damn singing. See, I like Carmen Jones because she was so ruthless in front of his. Remember how ruthless he was in front of Harry Belafonte's girlfriend? She'd be like, for all the African listeners, it'd be like a girl from the village compete with a girl from Nairobi. So Harry Belafonte's girlfriend was from a small town. He said, "Ooh, and brother, there's leave this zero broad alone. Leave this corn picking, this village girl alone. Get rid of her ass. Tell her to get right in front of Tim. Come on, let's go hang out, have fun. Get rid of this village girl. Get rid of her ass." Joe, you gonna leave me, Joe, with this pussy? You know, back at home, the fellas she would be called a hot package. She's a hot pack. I know I'm just a village girl, Joe, but I do love you, Joe. I'm a village girl. Oh, you went to theater school. Okay, no wonder you break out the song and dance. Start singing. I can't take no musicals, man. People talking and start singing on it. I'm like, hey, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Anyway, family, we're going to switch over to the network. We're going to watch John Wick 4 because we were promised to watch it. We haven't watched it. So we're going to watch John Wick, even though historically we probably should be watching Carmen Jones. I know Joby has never seen Carmen Jones, nor Emmett Till. So we'll say those for later. Carmen Jones is good. It's old too. It's still good. Carmen Jones is a good movie. It's old too, way before I was born. You know, that shit was out when my mama was a kid, but it still holds up to date. You know, it still holds up to date. You know, that's your grandmother's when they were young and shit. That's your grandmother being all fast and loose. You at work, Michelle? Yeah. Hey, Michelle, let me ask you a question. You ever see Carmen Jones? Have you ever seen Carmen Jones, Michelle? Growing up, you ever see Carmen Jones with Dorothy Dandridge? It says she committed suicide too because she was too sweet. The man kept dogging her. She ended up about 10 years after that movie. She committed suicide because she didn't. You know, she wanted to be loved. You never seen Carmen Jones? What? Michelle, you grew up in America. You never seen Carmen Jones? Wow. Hey, who's ever in here? You guys write some in the chat room. Who's never seen? I might have to switch it to Carmen Jones. Who's never seen Carmen Jones?
Me.
Yeah, I know you know about, but everybody knows about Dorothy Dandridge, of course. I know you know about it, but you've never seen Carmen Jones, right? I'm gonna have Joby switch. I'm gonna have Joby switch to Carmen Jones. It's an old movie, but it still stands up. You ever seen it? You never seen it either. Yeah. You guys have never seen Carmen Jones? Hold on, Joby. Go to Amazon. We're gonna look at John Wick 4 later. I'm gonna have Joby. Yeah, I'm gonna Joby go ahead. Tell me what to pay for it. Yeah, we're gonna watch Carmen Jones. You guys have never seen the classic. How are you guys Negroes in America? The movie is before my time. How old are you, Kate? Oh, I know it's before my time too, Kate. That's my grandmother's time. It's before all our time. Still came on TV, Kate. It was before my time. That movie's back in the 50s, so we're gonna give respect to Harry Belafonte, who died too this week. So that was one of his best starring roles. It's before that's when my grandma and them were kids, were teenagers. That's before all our times. Even though it's before all our times, we still seen it.
It's called what?
I know you're black. I'm not saying you're not black. Dorothy Dandridge had she did? Yeah, look, like Barry Young. Like Barry seen it too. Tell me how old am I? Before everybody's time. It's called, go to Amazon, type in Carmen, Carmen Jones, Jones. I'm not revoking your black card. I'm just saying. I thought it's like years ago when I was in Japan. I was in the Marine Corps, and it was Negroes that never seen Coolie High. Like, you know, that's before our time too. Coolie High is before my time.
Come on, John.
When I was young too, me too. I watched a lot of black classics. I guess that's just me. Yeah, Carmen Jones, Joby. CarmenJones. Carmen Jones. Me too. Like, I guess I'm corny like that. I watched a lot of black. Okay, you post everything. I thought you would have seen it easily. I'm not revoking anybody's black card. I'm saying I thought everybody seen Carmen Jones. I think we gotta watch Carmen Jones. This is a tribute to Harry Belafonte. who just passed away. And it still stands up. This movie was like 1950. I
Please,
wasn't
can you
alive
type
enough.
it on the chat?
Huh? What you say, Joby?
I'm asking them to type it on the chat. Me, I'm not getting what you're telling me.
Okay, let me type it for you, Joby. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a minute.
Because you're talking and you're explaining. I'm not getting.
Oh, okay, calm down. Stop being so crazy. Carmen. C-A-R-M-E-N. Okay? Carmen. C-A-R-M-E-N. And then last name Jones. J-O-N-E-S. J-O-N-E-S. Carmen Jones.
Okay, got it.
I love learning. Me too. Okay, so how much it cost to rent it, Joey? Can't be much of old movie.
$4.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, push the rent button on that thing. We rent it. It's an older movie, guys, but the music, singing is well done. The dancing is well done. Now remember, this is your grandparents growing up. These are great. These ain't even your parents. These are your grandparents. These are your grandparents' generation. It's good to see how your grandparents talk. Their slang. We were always cool. We were always cool people. The slang is cool. See what they call a hot package. So the fellas would call it a hot package. So family, follow the link, and we'll look at Carmen Jones. We'll look at John Wick. We'll look at John. So this is gonna be an homage to Harry Belafonte, who passed away. Harry Belafonte, who passed away this time, this week. I think this is one of his first starring roles. You know, I think later, you know, he fought for civil rights too, but he also was a bootlicking coon too. He straddled the fence too much for me. He go in and out of coonage, fight for black people. Yeah, okay, yeah, get out of here. With your half-white daughter, your white women. So you can miss me with that bullshit.
We got it.
You got it, Joby. Okay, let's switch. You already set it up already?
Yeah.
Okay, calm down, Joby. I'm not trying to question your Brittany. Calm down. You all excited tonight. I'm gonna take out my building with your ass today. Got your chairs up in there, you think got your chair just thinking you the cat's meow. Shit. Calm down, okay? I'm going. Everybody meet us over there for the classic Carmen Jones. Everybody should watch this movie, whether you like musicals or not. Look how good the choreography is, how good the singing is. Cause I love, if you guys never looked at classics. I grew up I'm like life. I grew up looking at classics when I was a bitty kid. I guess I was goofy. I like Pearl Bailey. I thought Pearl Bailey had one of the most beautiful voices, you know. And I was, you know, she's way too me. I thought she had one of the most beautiful voices of a black woman. Pearl Bailey's voice was beautiful. I mean, you really don't hear that much in this music, just a little bit, but you go back to a lot of old music with Pearl Bailey, her voice is mesmerizing. Pearl Bailey's voice is mesmerizing. It's so good. You know, they could actually, remember back then you had to really be able to sing. Most black women they put in the industry, they can't sing. They put them out there because they're pretty. They get out there, now, like a Rihanna. We know Rihanna can't really sing. You know, some shit like that. But back then there was no studio that could fake your voice. You had to know how to sing. So anyway, family, let me go over to the network. Let Joby go crazy on me. Let me go over to the network. You got it, Joby. Joby's Dorothy Dandridge. This is Joby. I should say Shamani. Shamani is Dorothy Dandridge in this movie. Shamani is Carmen in this movie. This is Shamani right in this movie. This is Shamani.
Much love. I will see you guys on the network.
All right.